Yo, what's up? My name's Patrouski, and welcome back to another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, and what's going on inside the general community of PokeMMO. Today, we're covering a ton of catch events, PvP tier changes, and then a few community posts, a few suggestion box posts, but there are so many catch events right now. It's fucking crazy between the Western world and then the Chinese catch events are pretty insane. We're also, in my personal opinion, this is just an opinion and speculation, nothing fact-based, so please keep everything else with that in mind. I do think that right now is like, if we are going to get an update before Halloween, which we should. The devs said they would have an update. I believe they said mid-August to like late August to mid-September, and now it's late September, so we're pushing that date pretty strong. If they delay this update anymore, it's going to conflict with and interfere with the Halloween event, and I don't want that personally. The last time they delayed an update, they had to drop the update on the day Shiny Wars happened, and that was a fucking nightmare. That was like one of the worst mistakes they could have done, in my personal opinion. Unfortunately, I love the devs, but it was a mistake. You know, mistake's a mistake. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen with the Halloween update as well. So we're gonna hopefully not see that. But my point being, I think today, September 29th and September 30th are, I think, our two like best chances for an update. If they don't happen on one of these days, I don't know if we'll see it, or maybe sometime in like early to mid October. But if it gets to like October 15th and we still haven't seen an update, I would be really shocked. Yeah, people, I was gonna bring that up. Voiceless Gate in chat said the PvP season, the PvP like big tournaments are coming to a close. Are they actually already done, or is there another one coming up? Could be tomorrow, since that when the current PvP season ends. So what happened? Oh, I see what you're saying. The season. So the big tournaments are done. The big seasonals, those are gone, which that's huge. That's absolutely massive. That's a big thing they don't have to like interrupt now, which is huge. And then the season, let's see, when does the season end? Oh yeah, the season ends at the end of the month. I see every 3 months the season ends. So it's possible it's like end of September, like October 1st we see an update, or September 30th. But once again, that's speculation. I'd love to see an update. We'd love to see it early. I really hope it doesn't collide with the Halloween update like it did previously with the Shiny Wars. That was detrimental. So hopefully we see something happen. That's my best wishes. I'm still on the optimistic side, even though it's been a little bit tougher over the past few months in PokeMMO. Thank you for the 3 months of subs lately. I really appreciate that. Let's continue onward to our actual, what we're here to talk about, right? Tons of catch events. So, first things first, there is a Vespiquen Combee catch event on the 3rd of October, Friday at 10 a.m. ET, Route 12 in Unova. Combee and Beedrill are the catchable Pokemon with the nature bonuses of +5 for Bold, +5 for Calm, -5 for Impish, and -5 for Lax. Typical catch event rules with an amazing shiny up for grabs, Shiny Vespiquen. This is normally a single encounter shiny hunt, and it's a pretty like decently tough single encounter shiny hunt. Winning a free Shiny Vespiquen is an amazing, this is a really good catch event prize. This is like up there as like one of the rarest prizes they can give away without it being like a straight up rare. You know, it's not technically a rare, but it's still pretty darn difficult, and it has to be like a female Combee to evolve it into a Vespiquen, so you might need to like breed it if you catch a wild one, versus this one is just a shiny Vespiquen. I love this shiny as well. Very underrated shiny in my opinion. I love shiny Vespiquen. So that event is coming up. Next up, we have a Wailmer catch event on the 5th of October, Sunday at 1 p.m. ET, Route 129 in Hoenn. Wailord and Wailmer are gonna be catchable here. I'm assuming it's a fishing. I think Wailmer and Wailord are fishing Pokemon only, so keep in mind you're gonna have your fishing rods, and you might want to use, I'm thinking about how good chum buckets would be for this event. I don't know if they're worth it because the hordes of 3. I think for catch event it's just gonna be like what's it called, just sticky hold, or maybe not even, maybe just leading your Breloom. And we'll have to strategies for this one will be interesting to honestly see what develops. +3 for Wailord, Wailmer is neutral, +5 for Modest, +3 for Naive, and then a shiny Wailmer. Another, like, dude, these are 2 back-to-back difficult shiny hunts. Vespiquen is a few hundred hours to shiny hunt on average. Wailmer is, I believe, let's go into the math actually. To be fair, I'm going to do the math prior to chum buckets have changed this shunt, so I don't even know the math on chum buckets right now. Didn't they make chum buckets made fishing 2 times faster, correct? Maybe we could do it on the fly. Let's see if we can do the chum bucket math on the fly. So previously, fishing was 220 encounters per hour. I think they doubled it with chum buckets up to like 440. So if you can do 440 encounters per hour, you would do 30,000 divided by 440. That now makes a fishing shunt 68 hours, 69-ish, let's say 69, instead of the 120 hours previously, to show how insanely busted chum buckets are, once again. So we're gonna do, yeah, so and then Whalemore has a 100% spawn rate. So a Whalemore shunt is normally 69 hours, and you just save that if you just win it from a catch event. So it's super worth it. You can shiny hunt at the same time while going for the chance at a shiny one, while possibly winning RP. Catch events are amazing. Certain catch events but stand out more than others, but that's a fantastic one to do. Next up, on the 10th of October, Friday, at, 2 p.m. ET, at Route 201 in Sinnoh, there is a catch event that has Bidoof, Starly, and Mime Jr. I don't recommend popping lures if that's a lure species. Lures generally aren't recommended, in my opinion, for catch events because the double battles just slow things down too much. But Bidoof catch event, that's always a fun one. A lot of good breeders, a lot of fast catches. Jollies +3, Naives +3, Calmas +3. Then you also have the prizes, which are not actually Bidoof and stuff. It's the Sinnoh starters. So it's a really good like beginner Sinnoh catch event. Turtwig, Chimchar, or Piplup. No shiny, of course. These are just too rare to give away for free. It makes sense for an event. Plus 1,000 RP. Fantastic catch events. Now, we have one communal catch event to talk about, and that is Pokedex's Safari Showdown. I shout it out almost every day at this point because he is hosting, in my opinion, one of the most unique, interesting, fun catch events in PokeMMO. Welcome back, Veggie. He does an event every weekend, every Saturday, where you catch Pokemon for 1 hour in the Safari Zone and then use those Pokemon in a little mini PvP tournament. You don't have to be good at PvP to play this. This is like a for fun, like using wild, raw Pokemon. You cannot EV train them, you cannot level them, you cannot like add moves, no ability changes, no items. You don't be afraid if you see the PvP thing and think you need to be good at PvP. You don't need to be for this. It was really cool. He had his biggest turnout yet, I saw down here. Yeah, the biggest turnout so far. I think this is a really fucking cool event. I cannot recommend it enough. Definitely check it out. Very cool unofficial event happening in PokeMMO. Next up, now you might be little, deja vu, Patrouski. Why am I seeing this Vespiquen situation again? I've never seen this before. This is really fucking cool. This is just the same, I believe it's the same time zone. Yeah, this is the same Combi catch event, simply translated into Mandarin or Chinese, right? I think this is really fucking cool. These are actually Chinese catch events, and I translated this using Google Chrome's translate function. But this was really cool to me that they're actually translating English catch events over into the Chinese catch events the same exact way that I try to translate the Chinese catch events into English for you guys. Specifically, Chinese catch event time zones are really good for Australian players, really good for graveyard shift workers, really good for anybody who has like an off sort of schedule, an out of the norm schedule. I cannot recommend being aware of these as well. So Chinese catch events, this one literally just the same information as this one, I believe, so I'm not going to like cover the details, but I thought it was really cool. They're translating American catch events or Western world, it's everything, right, into Mandarin as well. I thought it was really cool. We can actually go over here and go to translate and then go back to, this is the native language that this event is, or not it's the translated one. I think it's really fucking cool. So anyways, I wanted to talk about that. That's really neat in my opinion. Moving on. This is a Chinese catch event translated into English. These are mostly for, once again, Australian players, people out of a norm schedule. So keep that in mind as I kind of go through this a little bit. But Friday, October 10th is when this takes place. 1600 Beijing time. I recommend googling 1600 Beijing time to my time zone to see if you can make this event or not. It's going to be at Hoenn Route 104. You have 1 hour to catch as many Marls as possible, and there is a shiny Marl up for grabs. Next up, I love this. I love Scraggy. I love this photo of Scraggy. I love his art. It's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. On October 11th, Saturday, these are different catch events. Saturday, October 11th, 1600 Beijing time, Unova Route 18. You can catch Slippery Boy being the rough translation. Sorry, I had not pre-read that. That's really funny. Slippery Boy or Scraggy being the only catchable mod here. That's too good. And you get a gift flash Slippery, a shiny Scraggy up for grabs. Check that event out. Fantastic one. Next up, a coughing catch event, October 5th, Saturday. This is the most soon one. I think the most soon one coming up. 1600 Beijing time once again. Johto Safari Zone Swamp Zone. It's like marsh. We might guess the translation. Gas Bomb. Coughing is the only catchable Pokemon, and there is a shiny Coughing. Beautiful shiny. I love the shiny, dude. Shiny Coughing up for grabs. And then next up, this art, dude, is so freaking good. The Meowth eating a little sandwich. October 4th, even sooner than the other one. October 4th, Saturday, 1600 Beijing time. Kanto in the this is just the Safari Zone, I believe. I don't actually know. I don't actually know. This is one of the first translations I've come into where I don't know what this is saying. So if anybody knows this translation, please let me know in the comments. I would really fucking appreciate that. Open space. I could check the Meowth spawns perhaps and see what they're trying to say. But yeah, Kanto region. Somewhere in Kanto, there's a Meowth catch event, and that's a shiny Meowth as well up for grabs. All right, that is all the catch events. There were so many catch events to cover today. Thank you guys for your extreme patience. But next up, we have PvP changes, some pretty big ones. I always say, even if you don't play PvP, okay, PvP changes are extremely good to know for the market and for breeding for profit. If you want to make money, which almost every Pokemon player needs to make money, like, you know, knowing what changes have happened to the metagame is so freaking crucial, okay? So, October 2025 movement thread. This is the PvP changes for October. We have moving up to OU from UU, Sableye. Sableye is now in OU. That's pretty crazy. Prankster Sableye is just so good. Being able to have that priority to throw off a Will-O-Wisp, throw up screens, throw up whatever it needs to, right, is really, really freaking powerful. And then down to UU from OU, we see Magnezone and Ludicolo fall. These Pokemon falling out of favor. Ludicolo really only being really good in rain. Otherwise, it's kind of just an NU if it's not like in a rain team. I was going to say, Despin said it too. Magnezone down to UU is massive. Magnezone is really freaking good, dude. Magnezone is so powerful. I'm really shocked to see it in UU. This mon is strong. Magnezone is one of my favorite Pokemon in OU because it checks Scizor pretty well, like almost, not amazingly, unfortunately. I wish it was better, but pretty darn well. Close combat Scizor still kills Magnezone. Fun fact. Anyways, to UU from NU. So these are mons moving up to UU. Magneton, we've seen this mon 9.54% usage. Is pretty crazy. Also, it's weird. I just realized Magnezone and Magneton are gonna be in the same tier. Now, that happens every so often in Pokemon, obviously, because the Eviolite item makes Magneton do a very different thing than Magnezone. It makes it very tanky, whereas Magnezone hits a lot harder, does more damage, but it's gonna be less bulky than Magneton. Ninjask moving up to UU is pretty interesting. The speed boost little demon. And then, okay, to NU from UU. So these are mons move. This is always the exciting thing for me, in my opinion. These are things moving down to NU from the UU tier. Cinccino, which has been kind of back and forth between NU and UU ever since it got its skill link, certain ability to hit more times with like Tail Slap and Seed Bomb, or not Seed Bomb, Bullet Seed, things like that. Glidar. I think Glidar is going to be fucking busted in NU. I think this mon will get moved back pretty quickly. This is insane. I think this mon is just too, I think it's been in NU in the past. We had the same problems. Now, I'm no PvP expert. Let me even qualify. I have not played NU PvP in maybe a year, maybe longer. So a lot of what I'm saying is conjecture based on old metagame knowledge and based on old things. I've played Pokemon for a long time. NU was actually my specialty way back in the day in like 2013 2015, and I was never really that good. I want to qualify all these things. These are just my opinions. I'm not saying that, you know, I'm the expert of PvP by any means. Yeah, but people in chat seem to agree. Glidar, this has happened before, and it's just too strong. It's just Glidar is too tanky. It does too many things while only really being weak to, you know, Ice Beam, right? Like that's its main weakness, but it's just not, it's not enough in NU. And NU, it just tanks too many things, and you can't do enough damage to break through Glidar reliably. Golduck, I see no problems with, personally. Kabutops is, I think Kabutops is fine. I think we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Kabutops is fine. Poliwrath. These mons are threats under rain. I have no problem with these. Shaman is now down to NU. I think this is the first time this has happened. So I have no idea. I don't know if this will be too busted or what it might be. Seed Flare Shaman. I am curious, man. Look at it. I mean, look. So, yeah. A vote has been started to quick ban Shaman from NU. They are already talking about it. That's crazy. That is so interesting. I could see Shaman being busted, but I honestly just don't know. I don't have enough experience playing with Shaman. I don't want to talk out of my depth. I take that very, very seriously. All right. Some pretty crazy tier changes, man. I think OU players are going to be looking for those Sableyes. If you want to breed up some hidden ability prankster Sableyes, there could be some good money there. I think it's good to keep a lot of that in mind. Next up, okay. This is the same person who made the post, and this guy is pretty on. I think this guy is honest and earnest, and I respect his post, even though I kind of disagreed. Not even disagreed. I was unsure a lot of what he was trying to say. He made a post recently saying that they should change it so that mysterious balls, you should click it once to open 10 of them. And my thing was like, I don't really know if we need that. Like, is that really the problem in PokeMMO? Like, mysterious balls are already so fast. Do we need to make them faster because they're already so fast? Is there any harm in making them faster? We're just kind of feeding the whales with that kind of update. I just don't know. I'm kind of unsure / I just don't know, honestly. I don't know if it's really that good of an update / worth the devs time. But he has a new post talking about buffing mysterious balls and sealed products in some way, and I don't know if I agree with mysterious balls. Are already so insane. They're one of the most busted items in Pokemon, my personal opinion. I don't think, in my opinion, if the process of opening mysterious balls is overly tedious for you, PokeMMO just might not be for you. Like, no disrespect, but this is the fastest shiny hunt in the entire game. If the method is tedious, I don't know what. Also, you only click one button. For those who don't know, to open mysterious balls, you only click one button. That's it. You just sit there and you click, like, you key bind mysterious balls to like your F key or your F1 or whatever, and you just sit there and you click it. You're doing the fastest shunt in the game by clicking one button. I don't know what to tell you. Also, it only takes about an hour to hour and a half. The problem is you don't even need to do it for that long because mysterious balls shiny rate is so freaking low. The real problem with mysterious balls isn't the speed of which you open them, it's getting them. It's really hard for there to be enough mysterious balls on the market, which kind of balances them out to some extent, right? What worries me is he goes down to say the supply of mysterious Pokeballs and red envelopes is too high. The supply of mysterious Pokeballs is 3920. This is not. What do you mean this stock is too high? For reference, let me go over in game. Let me show you guys what the shiny rate is of mysterious Pokeballs. These are from the most recent one. The most recent event. The shiny rate for mysterious Pokeballs is 1 in 8,000. There's literally not even enough mysterious Pokeballs on the market to hit one shiny on. What do you mean there's too much supply? Now, someone replied. Let me find it actually. Someone replied. Let me find. To be honest, all I read here is my stuff doesn't sell as good as I hope for. So yeah, someone recently made a forum post talking about how like mysterious balls had not gone up in value enough and like complained like their investments didn't make them enough money. I hope this wasn't the same person. I don't think it was. But this logic makes no sense. The red envelopes, I don't think it's too much. I could be wrong. That one's a bit more in gray area. The saying mysterious Pokeball, there's too much supply is just crazy to me. That makes no sense at all, personally, with all due respect. Yeah, he's complaining about a market doing what a market does, which is deciding the value of an item. And okay, I don't want to rag on this guy because this is why I wanted to talk about this post, because if a post is just negative, I don't talk about it. There is a positive, right? There is a positive here, okay? Yeah, red envelopes don't have the ultra rare. That's why they're not. Yeah, they don't have the big vanities. Now he does bring up a good point. Allow a player to open it, but that's not the good point. What the fuck is this? No, okay. The good point is display the loot in a table and highlight rare drops in gold or red. I think this is actually a really good. Someone even mentioned, I don't know if it was him or someone mentioned recently on the forums having an animation that pops up when you open a big vanity. I think that's actually a good idea. I think some sort of celebration animation. Is it a little gotcha gamey? A little bit, but I think it's fine. I think if you open, like, yeah, like this guy kind of memes on him is like, oh, like this, like a fight, you want it to be like a casino, but we already have the, I kind of, maybe I'm dumb. I'm pretty anti, you know, not anti-whales, they help the game, I guess. That don't want to hurt me, but like I'm pretty anti-encouraging so much gotcha. And you know me, I'm kind of like, I don't gamble in PokeMMO for the most part. Like I don't like it, right? I don't think it's really playing the game for the most part in a lot of ways. However, I think it's fine to have an animation. I think it's fine to have a beautiful animation in the game that plays when you get a big the ultra rare vending. I think that's fine. I think that would actually be cool. Either having the item pop up in a gold or red text and having it, I think that works in my personal opinion. Everything else, I don't I don't know what everything else I don't really agree with personally. But I did like that he brought up highlight it making people feel a bit more excited when they open the rare thing. I thought that was kind of cool. Anyways, we're gonna move on from that. Find the positive, find the good in the bad. Okay, that's the message of the day. Now this is just a fantastic suggestion that I've never seen suggested before, and I've always said I think the daycare in PokeMMO is one of the most underused mechanics in the game. It's actually really strong. People just don't take the time to utilize it. I would like to propose a new HUD menu where you can see what Pokemon you have in the daycare. Sometimes it's hard to remember what Pokemon you have in the daycare. Absolutely. You can spend time looking for Pokemon in one of their boxes, only for it to be in the daycare. Since there are 3 characters per account, if you're someone who progresses all of that, that means Pokemon, you can have 15 Pokemon in the daycare. If you're someone who plays multiple accounts, that number gets bigger and bigger. If you are a player who takes extended breaks from the game, yup. With this change, yeah, not even, like, it's just, even if you don't have that many mons in the daycare, it's, look at this. I love this concept. I love they took the time to do this. This is so nice in my opinion. This is the perfect example, in my opinion, of a quality of life update where even if you have to go to the daycare to see what mods, even if you go to the daycare still, this would prevent you from physically going there to check on them. But even if you have to physically go there to check on them, you would still see this kind of menu where you can see what level it started at. So a lot of times, I don't remember what level I put the Pokemon in the daycare at. And it doesn't tell you, oh, it's reached level 100. It just says, oh, this mon's gained 27 levels. Now, I might have put it in at, you know, 70, whatever level it is, where that would be level 100 now, but I don't know. I don't remember. So I have to pull it out, put it back in, like, to check it. And that's, like, I think some sort of UI like this is just a fantastically, just a positive. Like, I can't see a single negative here. Just a good idea for an update, and it's not even like that much dev time in my opinion, so I could be wrong, but a little UI like this would be fucking phenomenal in my personal opinion. And boom, there it is. That is the last topic I want to talk about today. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to jump into the rest of the stream recap here. If you have any questions, comment in the live stream to ask me. I love your question might get featured in the stream recap. I love it being sort of an FAQ type situation. I can talk to you guys and get a real sense of what's happening, what problems the general community has, how to solve them, and just general discussion and hype about the game as well. Hopefully we see an update coming up here in the next few days, and I'm also very excited for the Halloween events regardless, so hopefully that goes well. I will see you guys with any other questions or things to talk about. Thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. See you very soon, probably. Do you think making an alt for event season is worth it? Yes, 1,000 times yes. The more alts you have for event season, the better. The Pokeyen you can get from alt accounts is ridiculous. Now, you're probably not going to be able to do like raids, you know, on an alt account. Let's keep that in mind, because you need like too many OT with a 1 month away. It's just too close. However, if you can farm mysterious balls, if you can farm swarms and get extra mysterious balls on the, like on a laptop or on a tablet on the side while you play the main event on your main account, you're gonna make so much more like ridiculously. You can make like 200,000 Pokeyen pretty like AFK, like simply on the side per hour. It's gonna be so good. I cannot recommend it enough. Alts are so powerful, especially if they do any like specific raids or specific alphas or specific swarms that are really good. Like one of the most insane, some of the most money I ever made on alt accounts was the anniversary event season. The anniversary event season brought in alpha starters into the game, right? And I got the alpha starters on 3 different accounts, because you didn't even need to be that far into the game to get them, which was the craziest thing. You only needed to be at like Brock, like Pewter City and Kanto. Looking back, I wish I would have done more of them, but I didn't know. So I was able to get 3 alpha starters during the 2022 10-year anniversary event. if I had held on to those, it took me about 1 hour to do all 3 of them. It would have been technically 18, like 20, what's the math on that? 27 mil an hour. would have been the, now we're assuming, you know, I held them to this date, but you know, we're assuming a lot of things, be charitable, right? But that would have technically been like 27 mil Pokeyen in 1 hour because I had alt accounts. Now, I sold them during the event. I didn't want to hold on to my alphas. I knew they would be rare, but I didn't think they'd be this expensive, to be honest. But I didn't want to have them in my PC box. I don't want to have to have the PC space, and it was the dumbest, one of my biggest mistakes as a PokeMMO player, because they were worth like 500 to like 700k, 500 to like 800k during the event. So I made like 1.6 mil in 1 hour, and that's insane money. Like, that's really good Pokeyen, right, for the start of early of an event, right? But if I had held, the money would have been way more. But that, yeah, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda sort of situation, just to give you an idea of how powerful alt accounts are in Pokemon, especially for events. They're even, if you already think alt accounts are good in the normal game, they're even way better during events. If you have the time, definitely make alt accounts while you can. Just getting like 1 region done, like per alt, is what I would kind of recommend. Like as a starting point, maybe have 1 alt with all 5 done, but it's getting the timing for that. We're running out of time. This is unironically, so this is actually a really interesting point Barrels brings up, and I've been shocked, I've been surprised how many people have played an Iron Man account, how many people have like been active. We have one of the more active teams in the game with 129 members, but obviously it's also all Iron Man, and I also just purged all the inactive players from the team like a week ago or less, right? So Barrels basically says, and I super agree with this, Barrels says, to be honest, the fact that so many people are joining in on the Iron Man thing makes me think there is an issue with the end game content grinding in enjoyment. I said, like, I didn't start my Iron Man because of the chum buckets and temporary incubators and incubators in general update. I was lucky that I made mine before that, but I did say, like, I'm really glad I did. I'm really glad I made my Iron Man before that. And I'm really glad. If I hadn't made my Iron Man before that update, that update would have been, I could almost speak certainly, I don't know for sure, but that update would have been the surge to really create it, because they're making endgame way faster in Pokemon. Like the hyper, I'm fine with making it faster to get raid Pokemon. I'm cool with making the means to the end more accessible. That's always awesome. I think making it so that new players can get raid Pokemon faster to do raids, that's a good thing, because you're getting to the skill-based content. Making it a little bit easier to get PvP Pokemon, I think it's a really good thing, because it's a means to an end. You're getting those PvP Pokemon to play PvP. But as soon as you start making the end faster for no reason, it's kind of, why are we doing this? As soon as you start making egg shiny hunts faster, 300% faster, around roughly, people that really upset me for that number, but the egg hatching part, the egg creation part, which some people have said, oh, it's not the whole hunt being 300% faster, Patrouski, it's only the egg part. The egg part is like, if you've egg hunted, you understand, the egg part is 90% of the hunt. So you're getting lost in semantics. So 90% of the hunt is 300% faster. Excuse my French. Like, okay, you're missing the point if you're getting stuck on those semantics, right? The exact percentage does not matter. The point is, it's a ridiculous degree faster, as well as chum buckets making fishing double faster is just really crazy. This is also true. A lot of people are taking a break from the game. That is super true. Right now is the biggest break period for PokeMMO. Not stuff with the end game specifically, so there's certain fish counts and Iron Man. Yeah, I think that's true. That's also a fair point. I'm not saying that's a really good point. Really good counterpoint of, like, it's not just that, you know, I'm not saying PokeMMO is screwed or the end game is screwed as well, which I think a lot of people are unhappy with. A lot of the end game players are like, hey, the reason we play PokeMMO is because of the difficulty. Why are we making it easier all of a sudden? Like, you're balance. Once again, I've said it a million times, but you're balancing the game around people who don't play that part of the game. It's, you know, what are we doing? Do you think group Iron Man is cheating or not? Absolutely not cheating. You're just playing a different type of Iron Man. Please do. Absolutely. Me and my bro are gonna make one. Dude, hell yes. The beautiful part of not having, there is a benefit to not having an official Iron Man game mode right now. I would love to get one, obviously, but the benefit is it's a self-imposed challenge. As long as you are honest and state your, like, goal. Like, if you play a group Iron Man and then don't tell people that when you flex your stuff, that's not good, right? But if you're a group Iron Man, hell yeah, that's awesome. I think it's so fucking cool. If you don't know, what's it called? If you don't know, Group Iron Man is you can get up to like in RuneScape, you can get up to like 4 people and you can only trade between each other. I think it's a fantastically fun way to play PokeMMO Iron Man. If you want to make it a little bit easier, maybe you don't have a whole lot of time to play Iron Man, but you could play a group Iron Man where like one of you farms Everstones, one of you farms the amulet coins. Like it's so much faster. It's so fun. I would strongly recommend group Iron Man. Is a lot of fun. If you have a strong group of friends, it could be a blast. It could also tear you apart if you have to be careful. It could also tear you apart if like one of your friends starts slack on the work tremendously but still using the benefits of the others. You know, there's a little bit of friction that can happen, but it's a lot of fun, man. What's an Iron Man challenge? An Iron Man challenge is just an account that cannot trade or use the GTL. It's as simple as that. Great question. Pat, what do you think about official randoms PvP tournaments? I would personally love randoms PvP tournaments. I love randoms PvP. It's my favorite format, I think. And yeah, it's the only format we don't have like official, besides like, you know, unsupported ones like Little Cup, to be fair, but like it's the only official tier we don't have official tournaments for. I would love randoms tournaments. Would they be the most balanced of all time? Probably not, but I still think randoms is a very, very skill-based format, even though it does inherently have a little bit more RNG than the other formats, right? Inherently, right? But I love it. It's a lot of fun. I would love to see an official randoms. Now the only problem, I just thought of this, the only problem, how would you do it? Because the fear, maybe it's just like, the problem with randoms PvP is I think you'd have to do open team sheet, because otherwise it would just come down to like you would get your friend to spectate your opponent to see their team, to get their whole randoms team, and that would be like disgustingly unfair, because you'd have to like oh, look, I'm streaming like stream sniping me playing randoms PvP is way worse than stream sniping me playing OU. It's way more information. It's an information game, so that's a tough thing to balance. Do you just do randoms PvP but then make the open team sheet, but then the huge point of the skill of randoms is like playing around hiding that information? Do you make it so spectators can't see but then streamers still get fucked, which is part of being a streamer if you play PvP, which sucks? I wish there was better ways around that besides like 15-minute stream delay. Yeah, but I love the idea of it. There's things we could do. It's a great question. I would love a randoms tournament. It's one of the driest Iron Man shunts that I've seen so far. 113,000 encounters for a Psyduck, dude. Amazing shiny, congratulations. But that's I think that might be like, I don't know if we have a record keeping track of that, but technically maybe temporary world record for the driest Iron Man shunt so far. Another Iron Veggie. Iron Veggie's been gaming. Iron Veggie, how many hours played do you have? Do you mind if I ask you that? Iron Veggie has some of the most achievements on an Iron Man I've seen. I think he has more than me, like more stuff done, like more. He has some of the most achievements in the game, in my opinion, for Iron Man. I'm curious of his hours played. Xerix had one that went 150k dry. Thank you for your honesty. And so a fellow Iron Man Xerix went 150k dry for a shiny. It's a cool title to hold. DM it to me on Discord, Tom, if you don't mind. Veggie has 839 hours. Okay, so we're pretty similar, actually. Wow. Veggie has 839 hours played. Dude, hell, that's fucking impressive. And it's a big difference. Like, obviously, this is literally my job. Like, there's a big difference between, like, I get to, you know, I have a privilege of playing the game, and that's true love, man. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Well, in typical Patrouski fashion, my stream did crash, and that's going to be the ending here. It's super awkward. Sorry about that. I was having a really fun time, and my internet just tanked. I don't know. It is what it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was one of the most fun streams I've had in a really long time, and it makes me really excited to jump back into this week of streams. I took a bit. I've been taking sporadic breaks here and there recently, taking a few days off, and it's really helped me, and I really appreciate your guys' patience with the sort of lack of hardline schedule. I pride myself in being, you know, very consistent, releasing a video every single day and streaming Monday through Thursday, and I had gone back on that a little bit recently, and it felt weird, but it was for my own good, for my own mental health, and I'm really glad I made that decision. And thank you guys for sticking through with me. I'm so excited for this week of streams. This Monday was so fun. Like the video if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, subscribe to the channel for daily PokeMMO videos every single day. Follow me on Twitch for streams once again Monday through Thursday, very guaranteed, at 12 p.m. ET. And if you want to ask me questions, talk about PokeMMO, I love doing it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. If you want to support me, all links are down in the description. But really, just have a great day and good luck in your PokeMMO journey. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here, and I wanted to take this time to say thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports my channel. Your names are all listed here. You make it possible for me to make helpful and mildly entertaining content for the game that I love and make it available for free for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for allowing me to even be here.